Welcome to The Guys Review, where we review media, products, and experiences. Thank you.
For what?
Not saying a damn word.
You act like we do it all the time.
You do it literally like every episode, just about.
I don't believe that. Trey?
I stubbed my toe on the way down the stairs.
You sound like you tried to swallow and it didn't go all the way down.
No, he sounds like the lead singer in Nickelback.
Look at this ball around.
All right, I mean, like, if you're saying I have the voice of an angel, then you're right.
What's the other song that they came out that was really like the first one they did?
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember the name of it.
Can you take me higher?
No, that's
Is that
Creed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Different band.
Same thing to me.
Hey, easy. I like Creed.
Yeah.
They're one of my guilty pleasures.
You know what? Nickelback's actually not a terrible band, but the problem is when they come out with a new song, that's all you hear for 6 fucking months.
What was the one they did for Spider-Man? I really liked that one. Hero or something?
Yeah, that was him
Chad
and the
Kroeger
guy from and Josie Scott.
Josie
the guy
Scott.
from
Josie and the Pussycats.
God damn, what was he from?
I can't remember.
He was from another band, Seether.
Good call. Oh yeah, my name is Steven. I'm one of your 3 co-hosts. Together with me today, we have Trey and Tucker. Oh, okay, yeah. And Tucker's going to turn on the AC. Appreciate that.
I thought he farted and walked away.
He's just fucking carpet bombing us.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like leaving us in like the Sahara.
All right, so today we're going to be reviewing the movie Top Gun, kind of in honor of, I guess, the new movie, and we're going to try to steal some downloads because
Yeah, let's be honest.
we're just trying to get some extra downloads.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. We're almost at 20,000. We've almost doubled our number of
saw that.
downloads. In 1 year, it took us to get 10,000.
Well, like that bot subscription's really paying off.
I mean, you know. But now we're almost at 20,000 downloads, and it's only, June. That's pretty good. That's a good pace. I like that. So
You know, we should have opened this up instead of using your porno reject music. We should have used.
I don't know what
Danger
you have
Zone.
against the techno synth music. It's awesome.
It's a reject from a porno flick.
It's awesome. It's awesome. All right.
Anyway,
Before we get into the movie, let's talk a little bit about our week. So, Trey, you want to go first?
Yeah, I've been sick all week.
You sound, terrible.
Yeah, this is better.
I actually talked to him on the phone the other day, and it does sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I lost my voice for part of the week, and then
You didn't come over last night because your wife said you were sick.
yeah.
Why couldn't that part of it have stuck around for a couple of more days?
What's that?
Losing his voice.
I mean, I like having him here,
Because he would have talked like this the entire time.
which would have been annoying.
Fucking hilarious.
I don't give a shit. I'll talk like this and didn't any better. I promise. Let's see. So that happened. Whitney's job is going to let us move to Dothan at the end of this year, so that's good. Bought new underwear. I did. I told you all the story.
Look at you. Look at you adulting.
I know, right?
When was the last time you bought underwear? Do you remember?
Oh, like 2 months ago. It was fucking awful set of like Hanes underwear, like garbage.
It's fair.
What's wrong with Hanes underwear?
I don't know. Like it's the cotton and it just fucking itches all
That's
the
the
time.
problem. When you've worked for Hanes and for the Loom, and you don't like either one of them.
Yeah, so apparently when I buy underwear, like I'm going to say this on the episode so I know to go back and find it, but I need the nylon underwear. It's more comfy.
I like the mixture where it's cotton and nylon, so it's stretchy, but it's also breathable.
No cotton.
Gotta have some cotton.
Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was one of the podcasts that I listened to besides us,
You listen to this?
I do actually because we want the download and the play, right?
That's fair. I do
Okay.
I
too.
go back and listen to them like when I'm driving.
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
I hadn't
the
even
company
finished this
now.
past week's episode yet, honestly. I've been super
I'm most
busy.
of the way through it, but then Tucker started talking, so I was just like, yeah.
But anyway, most of the way.
Okay, Juan.
What are you doing?
And I'm going upstairs.
All right. So how was your week?
It was long and shitty.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll have to say something like that and you'll leave?
I'm not getting fired for shit you say or suspended for shit you say.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have started to say it.
Yeah. My week was pretty crap too. Without getting into too many details, I found out that my boss passed away last weekend. So it's been very, very up in the air this week and not a lot of fun. So
Coincidence that he passed away right after you got your shipment of arsenic in.
Jesus Christ.
I just feel bad for the cleaning lady. Find him in the closet like that.
Oh, God, y'all. Seriously? But it is Saturday, so I'm going to crack a beer. Because that helps. That makes everything better, right?
Yeah, except it's a White Claw.
Hey, don't judge me.
Well, it is happy.
Actually,
Pride
this is
Month.
really good. This is Gerst Amber Ale. It's brewed by a company in Nashville. So there used to be, I think they're actually still, the original's not there anymore. There's a German restaurant in Nashville called the Gerst House. And growing up in the 80s, like we always went there. Like when I think about my grandparents and my dad's parents, I think about this restaurant. And that's part of the reason when I was in Germany, I actually had pig knuckle because they used to go and like they would bring out you the whole fucking, like the hoof of a pig. And I just remember my grandmother, this little skinny old lady, would be eating on this hoof. I'd go there and eat like a hamburger. But
Yeah. Speaking of big knuckles, did you see like where one of the sisters of 1,000 Pound Sister TV show is dating a guy now?
Isn't that a moose knuckle?
Yeah, same thing.
Sure, it's not an elephant toe.
Is it the fat one that's dating the black dude?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's
Like,
grotesque.
yeah. Well, both of them are. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's fair too. I guess when your rent's due,
Jesus.
I love it. Oh,
Fan mail.
No, we're not.
yeah.
Do we have any?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus didn't write us this week. Actually, though, I will say this. Hold on, I gotta pull this
Well,
up.
Marcus is fired. We said that before.
Oh, did he get lost on his way to work last week?
Where,
He Herbie Derbied the wrong person.
Well, you know, the Polish people are a little slow.
So y'all are talking about. So there's a guy who sent us a message on Facebook. A Gus. I don't know if I should say his last name. Gus McNeil.
Oh, fuck. Named him.
Yep.
Used his government name.
Name drop. There you go.
And it said, first, I'd like to start off by saying I hate Chris. He's a bad influence to the world, and it's true. And it's true. And I would like you guys to review Two Girls in a Cup.
That's what I told us last week. We talked about this last week in the episode.
Yeah. So I don't know how he knows us. I mean, he's from around here or something like that, or lives around, but I don't.
My guess is he knows Chris based on what he just
They're
said.
not friends on Facebook though.
Oh, Chris may be a shitty person to him.
Chris is like 80 years old and doesn't get on Facebook at all.
We know he doesn't get on Twitter anymore. So
See?
So actually, we did have fan mail. There you go. We got a message from Gus. So thank you, Gus. If you do want to send us a message, you can email me anything and I will read it poorly at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Or you can send us a tweet at _guysreview or join our Twitter DM group and chat with us in real time, make fun of us in real time, and see all the stupid memes we exchange.
And Gus, we appreciate you listening, but we're not reviewing Two Girls, One Cup. Get that out of your fucking head.
Tucker speaks only for himself. I watch it daily for my pleasure.
Daily affirmation.
Yes.
You are the person that can't eat asparagus, yet you watch Two Girls, One Cup.
That is not true, sir. I eat fried asparagus.
Fried asparagus.
Suck a dick.
I've got to listen
Tell
to
you what, I'll give you $50 if you eat broccoli. I will bring a plate of broccoli down here, and you eat half the plate. I'll give you $50.
How big's the plate you're going to try and bring down?
Just a cake plate.
cake plate.
Yeah, just
What the fuck is a cake plate? Like
the little
no,
mouthful
he's
dinner
gonna
plate.
he's gonna stack it like fucking like 6 high. Like I'm not.
You're talking about the little plate?
Yeah.
That's called a cake plate?
That's what I've always heard them called. I don't know what they're called.
I'd make fun of you, but, whatever.
That's what That's what my grandmother called it. So
Here,
I don't know.
Here, put
Probably
a
right.
put a number on it. Like 6 stalks.
I don't like this. I don't like the trunks. I like the tops. But Abby likes the trunks. So it works out.
All right, 6 stalks.
Both ends of
both
it.
ends of it.
Yeah.
You got to eat all 6. $50.
Man, broccoli smells so bad, dude.
Broccoli's good.
It still smells.
Can he
bad.
season it? Like
We'll steam it. We'll do whatever he wants to it, but not fry it. But not
I would
fry it.
roast it.
No, I can do whatever I want to it if I can get it down.
I would roast it, put butter on it, and shit ton of like salt and pepper. It's not that bad.
I may try it if we try it like that. But we'll do this like how to eat fried worms. Like, I'll do my own different takes on it.
I actually, to this day, I'll get a piece of broccoli and then I stab whatever else. Like, if I'm eating chicken or steak or with it, I don't ever just
I
put
do that with
broccoli.
green beans. Like,
Yeah.
it's the only way I can choke them down.
Yeah, I eat it with stuff. I don't just.
Yeah. I have to have like some meat in there
Yep.
to like cover up the taste.
Yep.
And then chew and swallow really, really fast.
Yep.
Y'all are weird. Green beans and broccoli are good.
I mean, I'll do green beans, but like I also like to put what's it called? Vinegar.
Speaking of swallowing really fast, your uncle sent me a message. Got him.
Still got it, eh? Not gonna add anything to this one. Nice. Super.
Is this like the mentality of a 3-year-old? Like if you don't acknowledge it, like it doesn't exist.
He just stands in the middle of the room and closes his eyes. You can't see me. I'm not here.
I'm just not acknowledging it anymore.
Acknowledging what?
I feel like he didn't acknowledge it back then either. That's why he's still running free.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I didn't update this. All right. Well, let's move on into the movie then, okay? Y'all ready for this? Maybe?
So ready?
Super ready?
I'm already hard.
You in Hollywood.
Can we speak about like homoerotic this movie is? Like it was even more so apparent today when I watched it after a decade.
Yeah. I was surprised by all of that. I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, we joke about stuff like that. Like, I call you babes. I'll do that out in public.
I got you, but like, here's the thing. Like, that whole line about carnal knowledge of a woman this time. Like,
that was a gay joke in the 80s. That's all that was.
I don't think it was. I mean, because like, this is while they're making their bet. I think it fucking happened. I think he got blown by a dude.
Maybe like a transsexual in the 80s?
Not even. I think it was a dude.
Just a straight. No, well, not straight up.
I think that it was a gay joke in the 80s. Anyway.
All right, Top Gun, directed by Tony Scott, who was the brother of Ridley Scott. Do you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, Tony Scott directed this. He also died by suicide. He jumped off a bridge. Creepy, right?
Well, man, if you're going to go out with a bang.
I don't know. Like, was it
leave
like
an impression? That's all I'm saying.
Was it like a full-on bridge? No, you don't leave an impression. You hit the water and it feels like you're hitting concrete. So
yeah, multiple blunt force.
Yeah,
trauma.
No real impression in the water. It just fucking comes right back.
Yeah, but I mean,
Dude
died by jumping off a bridge. It's not like he hung himself or shot himself. He went out in a good fashion.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance he could have lived, though, but left a note in his car and like in his office or something like that. But they never disclosed what was in the notes.
Which bridge, though? Like,
I can't remember. I think it was in California.
Okay, so
Golden Gate?
No, it wasn't Golden Gate. You can look up it's on his IMDb or Wikipedia.
I don't really care enough. I'm just gonna give you shit about it.
It's fair. Go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah.
Stars: Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, Tom Skerritt. It was released on May 16th, 1986.
There were a lot of other people on that.
There were a lot of other people. This is the top billing.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna interrupt because I was thinking about this earlier. So,
because you got Bill Paxton, you got Clarence Gilliard Jr., you got
Tim Robbins.
Robbins.
Tim Robbins, not Bill Paxton.
Yeah, I was going to say Tim Robbins. I was going to ask, like, where the fuck was Bill Paxton?
Rick Rossovich is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I can't remember who.
This made me think about it, because I saw Tim Robbins. I'm like, yeah, he's in this. Think about like the truly big actors of Hollywood.
Michael Ironside.
Yeah, but I feel like to like really cover all the bases, like and like do like one of each kind of movie that is like a top-notch movie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have to have a sports movie.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the exclusionary. Like that's going to leave out like a lot of Hollywood. But you need a good action movie.
Okay.
You need a good rom-com and drama and maybe like something like action.
Okay.
So, and I was thinking about Tim Robbins. Bull Durham was in Top Gun.
Fair. Barely, but yeah.
In Shawshank Redemption.
Great movie.
I mean, like, so like he's checked off a lot of those types of movies.
Yeah.
What other major actors do you think like hit like all the genres of movies and have been successful in like pretty much all of them?
Sam Jackson.
What's his sports movie?
Oh, good call.
Tom Cruise had a sports movie.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
Yeah. I don't know. Has he been in a sports movie?
Who?
Samuel Jackson.
I'm sure he has.
I just don't know.
He might have been in like
James Earl Jones. He was in Field of Dreams.
That's true.
And
also
Star
in
Wars.
Sandlot.
And Star Wars.
And Sandlot.
Yeah.
The other one.
It's not. But is Running from Dinosaurs a sport because Samuel L. Jackson was in Jurassic Park?
It's fair.
No, not a sport.
I mean, it is running.
I mean, but like maybe like
he got his arm eaten off.
No, that was all that was left.
Oh, that's all that was left. That's right. It was just his arm.
But like Kevin Costner.
Okay.
You know, he would check all the boxes for me.
Yeah.
The guy who played Black Panther was in Jackie Robinson.
Oh, here's another one. James Tolkien was in this movie.
As in, like
The old bald guy?
The old bald guy. Has James Tolkien. He was in Top Gun. He was also in...
He's the one that runs that ship.
Yeah. He's like the commander of the flight group or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was also in Back to the Future. He was the principal.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he's been in a ton of shit,
Yeah,
too.
he has. He's been in a ton of shit.
It's all bit parts, really. I can't
Character
remember,
actor.
Yeah, I can't ever remember him being in a starring role, but...
Well, it's just like the principal or the vice principal in Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Like that guy was in a shit ton of stuff in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think this was Meg Ryan's first movie.
Really?
Yeah, she was.
She wasn't her last movie.
She was Anthony Edwards' wife.
Yeah, I know that. Call it that. All right, box office. All right, it was made on a budget of $15 million, which is $40 million today. Box office haul of $357.3 million, which is $952.9 million today. So I think
it's slightly a success.
It was a moderate success.
I mean, it's no Harry Potter, but I'll allow it.
This is more believable than Harry Potter.
And there was only
bullshit.
one of these. There wasn't 7 Top Guns. Ratings. IMDb gives it a 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 57%. Metacritic at 50%. Google users.
86.
Tucker?
I feel like this movie's loved by most everybody. I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go 90%.
87.
Why didn't you just say up by 1?
Because that's such a bullshit thing to do.
There's 2 of us. Like it's either higher or lower.
That's fair.
All right. I just left this in there because it was funny from Marcus. Here are thine awards, my Lord Tucker Wanker, 2nd Earl of Wessex, Lord of the Furries, hair of the Lord Baldy, one-eyed snake wrangler.
God, I love that.
All right. Top Gun won an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for the Best Original Song, Take My Breath Away. Won a Grammy for the Best Pop Instrumental Performance for the Top Gun Anthem. It won People's Choice Award for their favorite motion picture, and it was inducted into the National Film Registry in 2015.
Take My Breath Away was by what band?
Berlin.
And Berlin is the capital of what country?
Germany.
And what is Germany known for?
Something that happened in the 40s. I can't remember what it is, though.
6 degrees of separation between Stephen and the Nazis.
Fuck. So I read that they wanted them to come and perform this song during the Academy Awards.
It's funny Stephen picked this movie.
He did, didn't he?
They had just gone overseas to do a tour or whatever, and they were like, "Well, if we're going to perform the song, we do the whole song." And they're like, "No, it's just going to be part of a medley of songs that are being, whatever." So they ended up not doing it, and then they won the Oscar for the best song. And she said they felt really bad for not being there.
Yeah, fuck them.
But anyways, first time you saw the movie, you remember?
Shit, I was a kid.
Yeah,
kid.
I mean,
probably.
As I said last week, I wanted to wear the bomber jacket.
I'll be honest. My parents probably rented this, and I probably watched it with them.
I probably caught it on TV, but I know my aunt and uncle had a video store that we would go to occasionally, so I'm sure I got it there a bunch too.
Did your aunt and uncle have a video store?
Different uncle.
I was going to ask, did they have the type of video store where they had like the little swing saloon doors that took you to a different room? But
in the back, the adult section.
Actually, I think they did have an adult section. Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember that.
They have the booths.
It was behind the counter.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The film opens with a screen saying, on March 3rd, 1969, the United States Navy established an elite school for the top 1% of its pilots. Its purpose was to teach the lost art of aerial combat and to ensure that a handful of men who graduated were the best fighter pilots in the world. They succeeded. Today, the Navy calls it the Fighter Weapons School. The flyers call it Top Gun.
Do you think they really succeeded, though?
Huh?
Do you think they really succeeded? Because like those Russians shot down a couple of them.
It's fair.
Shut down
One of them.
one.
One of them.
No.
Yeah.
No, just one.
Just one. Just one. And they shot Iceman in the side.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot him down.
Nope.
All right. And they broke one at the very beginning without even firing a gun or a missile.
That's true. All right, we cut to scenes of planes taking off and landing on an aircraft carrier, Indian Ocean, present day, 1986. On the bridge, the pilots are made aware of unidentified contacts, and the captain is distressed to learn that Maverick and Goose are out to make contact. They find 2 MiG-28s. After acquiring missile lock, the first MiG bugs out. The second MiG gets missile lock on Cougar and Merlin as Maverick moves into position to engage, but he can't shoot and decides to have a little bit of fun, going inverted and flips the MiG pilot the bird, while Goose takes a Polaroid. Cougar is then freaked out and freezes up. Maverick aborts his landing like Trey after a one-night stand and helps him land.
I usually kicked him out of my apartment, but I'll allow it.
Thank you. I thought y'all missed that. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, yeah, there it goes. So the Maverick helps him land. Cougar turns in his wings as the commander tears in the Maverick and Goose. But then he also tells them they're going to go to the Top Gun Flight Academy since Cougar can't. Cut to the highway to the danger zone montage, into the training room, and they get a briefing from Viper. At the bar, they have a contentious meeting with Iceman. Afterwards, Goose bets Maverick $20 to have carnal knowledge of someone at the bar when Maverick sees Charlie across the bar and decides that she's lost that love and feeling, leading all the pilots to join him, and they have a very playful conversation, but she eventually ditches him. The next day, back at Top Gun, Maverick recognizes Charlie as a civilian contractor and is highly educated. He retells the story of the MiG, which no one believes. So
There's a lot to unpack in this.
yeah, there's a lot
We
going on.
were inverted.
Bullshit. You know that was ad-lib by Val Kilmer.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome.
So, watching this movie, rewatching it today, I'm honestly kind of surprised at the PG rating because they say bullshit and they use goddamn a lot.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
this
They probably
movie.
took it right to the limit on the way to the danger zone.
Down the way to the danger zone? Yeah.
I mean, so this came out in 86. I would have been 4, so maybe 5 when I watched it. And, I mean, I remember laying in the living room floor, watching it on the TV with both my parents there. So, I mean, they didn't...
And you got a stiffy when Kelly McGillis walked on the screen.
No.
Which is ironic, man. Think about it. Like,
I know.
it's
She's a
movie-
lesbian now.
Yeah, it's a movie about like a midget banging a fucking lesbian. It's a
Tom
modern
Cruise-
day internet story.
So, this is actually one of the trivia, but I'll go ahead and mention it then. Tom Cruise is only 5'7", and McGillis is 5'10".
Yeah.
So he had to wear lifts and like...
Have you seen a picture of her lately, by the way?
Yeah,
she
she-
looks like she's been rode hard and put up wet.
Speaking of which, you seen Meg Ryan lately with all that surgery?
No.
Yeah, she looks like an alien.
Yeah, like a fucking puffer fish you pulled out of the fucking water. Or Ridley Scott's brother after they had to fish him out of the fucking lake.
Jesus.
No?
So
Just me? All right.
I can't remember what they used to simulate the MiGs, but some of the research I did, all the Russian MiGs are Soviet
American
bloc.
planes, yeah.
They're American planes, but all the real MiGs have odd number insignias. So there was never a MiG-28 in real life. There's a 27, a
Really?
29, a 31, but they never used an even number designation for the MiG aircrafts.
Didn't know that.
Well, they probably couldn't really do that because the Cold War was still sort of happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. One of the
They
things
put
I
down
wrote.
like their actual planes and be like, "We'll fucking show you," because Russians are not smart. Like the thing is real. It's like a news story.
How did they get our planes?
Well, but this was
How did they know about MiG-28?
This would have still been USSR. We're talking 1986. This is before the Iron Curtain came down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember when I just said like that the Cold War was still happening?
Yeah.
Well, and so that was one of the complaints I had about this whole engagement in the very beginning of the movie and him doing the inverted flipping on the bird. Like, there's no way that would actually happen in real life.
Keeping up domestic relations. That's my favorite
Communicating.
line. That's my favorite line in the movie.
The finger.
I hate it when it does
I
that.
hate it when he does that. I love it. It was so good. Dude, is there a better, like, 80s movie song than Highway to the Danger Zone? That's like the ultimate 80s movie song, right?
It's got to be pretty high up on the
Hang
list.
on. I have to look up two. But ironically, it's all from the same guy.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
He was the king of 80s.
He owned 80s,
Well, 80s
movies,
soundtracks.
80s movie
because
soundtracks.
he did Caddyshack too.
That would be one. And Footloose.
Yeah, and
Footloose. I mean, that was a banger, dude.
Footloose.
That's
I don't know, though,
That's
but this
actually
is-
not a terrible movie.
Here's the thing. This movie
No,
is
both of them in the 80s, technically.
This movie is what, 2 years older than Roadhouse, right?
Right. Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Okay.
Roadhouse was 89, so 3.
Excuse me. Ooh, sorry.
3 years earlier than Roadhouse.
But it was still like, I mean, it was, never mind the gay undertones, but it was also, I mean, it was not, it didn't take itself as seriously as Roadhouse did. I just felt they did that whole macheesmo thing a little bit
I
better.
disagree because this movie had the backing of the U.S. Navy. They actually fired real
Two.
live. Well, yeah, but
Two.
still,
Yeah.
those missiles are $300,000 to $400,000 a piece. So the Navy, which I mean, that's a drop in the bucket for the Navy budget, but still, they spent almost.
Didn't you say that the Navy somehow benefited from this as
Oh
well?
yeah. I mean, I was going to get into that in a minute, but the year after this movie came out, Navy recruiting went up 500%.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think the Navy really cared. Like, they don't care if it comes off as homosexuals in the Navy.
I mean, there are, so.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my.
Which is ironic because, like, In the Navy was a song by a bunch of homosexuals.
Jesus. I will say this: that opening scene when they're all working on the flight deck of the carrier and people are running back and forth and everything. I actually have a good friend that he's stationed on an aircraft carrier, and you don't run on the flight deck.
Oh,
Because if you fall and get hurt, and you got a plane coming in,
nothing you
could
can do.
be bad. Yeah.
If I'd have thought about it, I should ask my buddy Trollinger to be on here with us because he's Navy, been on all these, and he was actually on the ship.
Is he a top or a bottom?
He's
top.
talking about bunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, top bunk. But he's done all that. He was on the ship. I think the ship that launched when they that movie that Tom Hanks did where the ship's taken over by.
Philadelphia.
No, not that one.
Oh,
that was taken over by pirates.
Oh,
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about the homosexual movies he did.
And he was on my buddy Trollinger was on the ship that launched, like the SEAL team that went on there or whatever. So kind of neat.
I think Philadelphia is loosely based on his life too.
On Tucker's life?
Yeah, whichever one has AIDS, I don't care. I'll allow it.
The good thing is you lose weight. All right. Jesus Christ. This is so bad. I don't know why anyone listens to this. Please stop listening to us. Or don't, whatever. Maverick and Goose fly their first practice mission, end up outmaneuvering Jester and getting a target lock. Afterwards, they buzz the tower.
Do you think it'd be possible for us to have like a 15-minute episode, like if you literally have to cut out everything?
It's just going to be like, hey, welcome to the Guys Review. See ya. Oh, man. They buzz the tower. In the locker room, Iceman confronts Maverick, but they are called into Viper's office to get chewed out by about buzzing the tower and going below the hard deck, just like Tucker.
Or his uncle, depending on which one did it.
Nothing? Okay, good. Goose has a heart-to-heart with Maverick, and Maverick promises Goose not to let him down. In class, he continues to hit on Charlie, and she gives him her address. Maverick and Goose are playing volleyball against Iceman, but then he leaves to go see Charlie. They eat, and she asks about the MiG again. He then tells her about his father going missing, and he leaves to take a shower. Goose's wife and kid arrive, and they cut back to the classroom, and they use Maverick's moves as an example of what not to do. Pissed off, he takes off on his bike, and Charlie follows him, telling him that she's fallen for him. They kiss, cut to the blue sex scene. Going into another exercise, we're informed they're halfway through training and that Iceman is in first place by 3 points. They're up with Viper and Jester. Viper peels off, and Maverick leaves Hollywood to get Viper. As he closes in, Jester ends up behind what?
Yeah, he comes behind.
Yeah, and he
Maverick,
loses, and gets target lock. In the locker room, Jester tells him that it's the best flying he's seen yet.
Right up until.
At the diner with Goose, his wife, and Charlie, the girls kind of have a little chit-chat and back to training missions. 2 weeks until graduation. They're up with...
Jesus Christ, you're going through like...
Yeah, you were blowing way through this.
Yeah, I've only got 3 paragraphs.
Well...
I'm almost done.
Holy fuck. Well, yeah, with the entire fucking movie.
Nah.
Like, we're literally halfway through it, and there's a whole lot I want to talk about. And, like, you've covered so much, I don't even know what I'm going to say.
All right, they're up there with Iceman, and they engage 3 bogeys. As Iceman engages one, Maverick pulls up behind, and Iceman then disengages. And when he does, he's caught in the jet wash and ends up in a flat spin.
All right, hang on. I got to go back, because I've got some trivia I wanted to drop.
Okay, sorry.
We didn't cover it, because we're talking about his uncle. Yeah, so in the bar scene when they're singing to her, they
That love and feeling?
Yeah, she lost that love and feeling.
Which we've actually done that at a wedding before.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who sings that, right?
The Everly Brothers.
Righteous Brothers.
Righteous Brothers, that's it.
And one half of the Righteous Brothers was Bill Medley. Well, when he was out on tour, someone broke into his home and killed his wife.
Jesus.
Yeah. There you go. A little bit of knowledge.
Wow.
The more you know.
It's a little dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Oh, they raped her too, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Probably before they killed her. Maybe not.
You never know.
All right, so getting back
Unlike
to
you,
the
though.
lighter topic.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. Say no to cadavers, kids.
Jesus Christ.
Vote for me as Yulee County Coroner.
Recover from that, Tucker.
Me no sex bodies.
I know make sex to corpses.
You can't recover from that.
I started watching Borat the other night.
That's like the flat spin.
Been another episode of The Guys Review. Thanks so much. It is like a flat spin. You just can't recover. Let's just hopefully the can people break our necks.
Okay.
Yep. Because we skipped through a whole lot in that first.
We did.
Part.
Okay, so that first training mission they take,
Mm-hmm.
they say the hard deck's 10,000 feet, right? but they're flying in between mountains doing this.
Yeah.
So they're obviously way
below 10,000
feet.
Yeah.
And which I mean, it makes for cool scenes, but all of the dogfighting you see in this movie is complete and utter bullshit. The missiles that these planes can launch can be launched from 50 plus miles.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them
Beyond the horizon.
Some of them over 100. They're doing what's an amazing display of aerial acrobatics, but it's not real dogfighting that we're seeing in this movie. It looks really cool, but so that's the whole thing about the dogfighting. It's complete bullshit in this movie. But the buzz in the tower, if you did that,
they'd fucking yank you so quick.
Your wings are going to be on your commander's desk, and you're going to be booted out of the fucking military for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you blow out all the windows.
Well,
plus,
yeah, I mean, they can approve flybys from what I read, but it's A, it's at low speed, and B, you've got to have like days of planning leading up to that, so that there's nobody in the flight pad or nothing like that.
I read that. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the pattern was full.
Yeah, exactly. If you just do that, if you just do that because fuck it,
I still say that to these days.
You just had a training mission. You're done. You're out. That's bullshit.
So Michael Ironside was on the base the day they shot the flyby, and he said the guy came in so low he could see into the pilot's cockpit, and he said it was just one of the coolest, most surreal experiences he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Tell he lost his arm.
No, that was the bugs.
Oh,
how dare you? He's a damn veteran, sir.
That's right. And then after he leaves the Navy, he goes to teach like security at a high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking economics professor.
I'm wondering how Jester guy's name, because he's not funny. He's a very serious man.
Yeah. So did y'all know that like Top Gun is technically sort of a thing, but it's not just for the Navy pilots?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like the Marines will occasionally send some pilots there.
To fight
Really?
weapons?
Oh, to Top Gun, like the actual the school.
Because I was watching like Jocko Willing's podcast the other day, and like he had on a guy who was an instructor.
I'm surprised you watched Jocko. I
love Jocko.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, he had on a guy who was a Marine pilot, and then actually got invited back. And I don't think he was the first, but he's like one of like the handful that's ever been invited back to be the instructor there.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know that. Do you notice Maverick was playing volleyball in that very straight scene in
with
jeans?
the butt pads and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, he was wearing jeans.
Why would you wear jeans playing volleyball? That'd be so hot.
And let's be honest, like how low is that fucking net if he's going up for a spike? Because like that happened.
Let's be fair, these are 80s jeans too. They're fucking
tight,
like tight ass jeans.
Yeah, and thick.
Not like the shit we wear today.
I just think it's funny, like, he goes, still to this day I make fun of this because he goes to check his watch and he flexes like every muscle to check what time it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, California had a shortage of baby oil in that scene.
It's true. Let's see, what else? Oh,
Be honest, you got a stiffy seeing all those guys running around shirtless, didn't you?
No. But so the story, have I told that story about
just to see me?
And did y'all know that Top Gun's also in like Nevada? It's not in California.
Kind of surprising, but not really. That doesn't
like out in the desert.
Yeah, out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, California and Nevada are really fucking close together.
They're not at the beach of California, which is where they depicted it as.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was a kid, I was watching this movie, and I remember this. I don't know how many times I'd seen it, but I'd seen it enough, obviously. Mm-hmm. And during the sex scene.
No bullshit. Miramar's in San Diego,
which is the beach,
Southern California. Yeah,
it's still at the beach because San Diego's right there, like across the state line from Tijuana.
Spanish for
so were you
the
saying
Diego.
That? You're saying that Top Gun's in?
It's like east of Reno, in Nevada.
Really?
Do you know San Diego stands for? It's Spanish for the Diego.
It's also translated to a whale's vagina, I believe.
Anyways. So we're watching the movie, and I'm like, 6 years old or whatever.
No, it was at Miramar until '96, and that's when they moved it out to the desert in Nevada.
I'm telling you, that's where it's at.
That's where it is now.
Yeah.
But when they shot the movie, it was accurate that it was in Miramar.
Well, there you go.
Okay, well, it's not there now. Guess what? So this new movie, when they say they're going back, they didn't go back.
They didn't go back. Can't go back. They probably did, though, just because to keep the same setting. Mm-hmm. Even though they didn't keep Kelly McGinnis.
But you did know who went back to Cali? LL Cool J. Going back to Cali.
I don't know.
He is going back to Cali.
I don't know.
He's also going to knock you out.
Mama said to.
I do know that one. Anyways, long story short, I told my parents I had a boner during the sex scene.
Jesus.
I was about to ask you if it was the first time your wiener ever got hard.
No, that's a true story. I literally I remember laying on my stomach and they're doing the sex scene, doing the sex. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I had to like adjust myself, and I was like, I said something along the lines of, "This always gives me a boner." Just out loud, like kind of to the room. And if I remember correctly, my mom goes, "Where did you hear that word?" And I said, "Michael." And
blame it on your brother.
My older brother,
Yep.
which I probably did. And next thing I know, I think she walks out to go talk to him because I don't think she wanted a 6-year-old saying boner all the time.
It's fair. I read somewhere that the sex scene and the elevator scene where she's wearing the hat were filmed after they had done primary.
Yeah, this is
they were
reshoots.
reshoots.
Yeah,
because she'd already like cut her hair and dyed it for another movie.
Yep, correct.
And that's why she had her hair in the hat. And
that's why it was
shot it with the blue blue filter.
Exactly.
So
correct. It's kind of weird to think that they didn't have. I mean, especially in the movies, in the '80s, they didn't have like a sex scene like this in a movie that's got romance. Actually, I also read that there were 2 reasons. I mean, they wanted the sex scene, but also because they liked not That Love and Feeling. What's the other song that we were just talking about?
Take My Breath Away.
Take My Breath Away.
Okay, that one.
They liked it so much that they wanted to. They shot the sex scene for that song, basically, to play more of that song.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
but this was like Tom Cruise's bread and butter throughout a lot of the 80s. You have a flawed hero coming in, meets a girl, falls in love, gets his head screwed on straight, and then becomes the hero. I mean, he did it in this movie. He did it in Cocktails. He did it in Days of Thunder.
But you know what he didn't do it in? Far and Away.
It's true.
You had to help Nicole Kidman get her head straight. But, so, there was
an accent in that movie, didn't he? Irish?
Yeah. So there was a very real scene in here, like the part where like she was talking about how shitty he was, like in his maneuvers in front of the class.
Yeah.
And, like he storms off on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's very, very true when she's chasing after him, like she's running stop signs and stuff because women can't drive.
Okay, here's some other movies where he had his head fucked up and then falls in love and gets it straight. You've got
Vanilla Sky.
Well, you've got
that one in the 80s though.
Oh, that's true.
The Color of Money, the pool movie.
Mm-hmm.
You got A Few Good Men.
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, he falls for Demi Moore, which to be fair,
but his head wasn't fucked up.
Yeah, it was because he was scared to go to trial.
Nah, that's
His
not.
dad
That's not the same.
His dad had fucked with his head. He was scared to go to trial.
I don't think I've ever
That's
seen
not
A
the
Few
same
Good Men.
thing.
That's a good movie. You should.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, as Trey would say, it's not accurate because women can't be lawyers. Sorry, Casey.
I didn't say that.
You just thought it real
You were
hard.
thinking it.
You just thought it real hard.
No, women just can't be doctors or good drivers. Or men.
No, they can. It's 2022.
All right. So I didn't get to finish reading before, but
Suck it, Ellen Page.
Goose ends up dying when ejecting from the cockpit when they were in a flat spin.
I know, man.
One of the hardest
Bummer.
deaths ever.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's ever actually happened, though. So originally I read that...
You know what else is a tough death? Hooch. Turner Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
It's real fucking sad.
So this
I cried when that dog got shot.
I'm sure.
Fuck yeah. So this is
Did
something
it die?
Fuck yeah, he died.
This is something
It's been a
I've
long
read
time.
about those flat spins. When Val Kilmer says that he's
Old
going,
Yeller's a tough
he's
one,
going
too.
out to sea, that's actually probably not accurate because if he's going out to sea, that implies he has forward thrust. When it's a flat spin, you're typically dropping straight
Right,
down.
yeah.
But so reading on a website called Aviation Geek today, when I was doing research for this movie, they talk about a flat spin and how you can eject from it. So that scene where he hits the canopy is probably accurate because you have to manually release the cockpit first, then you have to wait 2 or 3 rotations so that the canopy clears,
There's a clearance, yeah.
and then you can manually hit your ejector levers or
Gotcha.
whatever it was. So the fact that they released the canopy and then immediately pulled the ejectors is probably accurate. That's probably
What would happen, dude?
what would happen.
So originally they were supposed to have some big old fiery crash like in a landing or like onto the aircraft carrier, but the Navy didn't want to do that. they wanted
It's
to
a
change.
bad look. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why they changed it to this.
And further research in some of the earlier models of the F-14 Tomcat, that was
I love that plane, by the way.
oh hell yeah, flying through someone's jet wash like that could induce a stall, which theoretically could produce a flat spin. So
Do you
that
think
was
that
probably
if we hit the
somewhat
lottery, we
accurate.
could buy an F-14 Tomcat?
Who would fly it?
I mean, I'd get my license if I could buy one.
I know that in the new Top Gun movie, he pilots a P-51 Mustang that is actually Tom Cruise's in real life. Like he flew his own plane in the movie,
That's,
which is kind of cool. I didn't want to see it.
As much as I like Tom Cruise as an actor, the fact that he's a Scientologist, man, that just kind of fucks with me.
Like a big time
lot.
Scientologist.
Yeah, he's
too.
like number 3 in the organization.
Crazy, like literally crazy.
I don't know if he's number 3.
He's
pretty high up there.
fucking high up
Well,
there.
I mean, like as far as like actors go, like as far as like a face, but like you're gonna need like several people behind the curtain pulling those strings.
Yeah,
Well, I think on like the hierarchy chart, he's like 3rd or 4th in the.
Because in that religion,
church.
don't they get to beat you sort of like Catholics, like when you fuck up?
I don't know. Probably
I feel like it's the case.
if you got too much negative energy in their little voltage meter thingy.
Yeah.
I also read that there was one of their flight coordinators actually died doing a stunt for the film,
Oh.
and he actually ended up in a flat spin and crashed in the Pacific. They never recovered the plane or the body. The film is actually dedicated to his memory, and the new film is dedicated to his memory as well.
That's tough.
It's so crazy they come out with a sequel 36 years later.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 34 years. It's supposed to come out 2020.
Yeah,
Fuck you, COVID.
yeah. Well, they had one written like back in the 80s. It just never
This
materialized.
movie has been in development hell for like 20 plus years.
Not Scott Ridley. Who's
Ridley
Tony
Scott?
Scott? Tony Scott, the director, was actually working on it before he jumped off the bridge.
Hey,
Oh, you
Trey.
think that's what happened to him?
Jocelyn Edwards defeats Ramona Pascal, snapping her 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah, I already won that wager.
Oh, did you? How much you spent on it?
Just 50. I didn't trust her.
That's fair. You know, I would have bought the fight tonight, but it's just not that big of a card.
No, there's not enough.
For it to be a pay-per-view, it's not that big of a card.
All right, y'all ready?
Sure.
Anything else to add about Goose dying?
Oh man, it's so sad. Like I feel bad for that little kid.
He grows up to become a pilot too.
Have you seen the new one?
No, I haven't seen the new one, but I know that's who it is.
I mean, that's the premise of the movie.
When I get off call, I'm gonna go watch I think I'm gonna go watch the new one.
You gonna go to the theater?
Probably.
I didn't know if you just.
I don't. I can't find it on.
I think they said exclusively in theaters for a minute.
I can't find it on
Maybe we can
Prime or anything.
Maybe we can go on Tuesday. Get Stimulus Tuesday.
I can't go Tuesday. I'm still on call. I work till late.
Oh,
You can come with me on Tuesday. You gotta meet me down there.
down to Dothan?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
Could you go Thursday?
No, I'm gonna be out of town Thursday. I don't know why we're planning this on this.
It's
Okay.
more entertaining than this movie.
In the hospital, Viper visits. Telling Maverick that he has to let Goose go, that there will be more people that die around him. He arrives back at base and is packing up Goose's stuff while his wife and son wait. She tells him that he would have kept flying without Maverick, but he would have hated it. The flight board finds that he was not at fault in the accident and he was returned to active flight duty. In his first mission back, he does not engage in the fight. Viper and Jester discuss if he's lost his edge, but he'll continue. Iceman expresses his condolences as Maverick quits. Charlie finds him at the diner. Maverick congratulates her on her new job in D.C. while she affirms him and tries to move him forward. He goes to talk to Viper and realizes that he knew his father and confirmed that he did it, quote unquote, that his dad, quote unquote, did it right. He then tells Maverick what happened to his father. They discuss his options and he leaves, going by Charlie's house but not stopping. At graduation from Top Gun, he arrives late. Seeing Iceman get the top spot, he congratulates him. They're handed orders about a high-tension situation and they're relocated back to the Indian Ocean, like from the beginning. They're briefed about a disabled ship that they're supposed to support the rescue and engage any MiGs that are in the area. Iceman is up and we see there are 4 MiGs. Hollywood is shot with a missile and he goes down. They launch Maverick and he moves in, but cannot launch any more planes because the catapult is broken. Crazy. A missile is launched at Iceman, but it misses. Maverick flies through the jet wash again and almost loses control. He starts to freak out and Iceman is pissed. He asks Goose for help and he then re-engages. Iceman gets a shot at another MiG, but then is shot by a different one. Maverick fires a missile and misses, but he gets him on the second shot. Maverick pulls the same move he did on Jester earlier and gets behind the MiG and destroys it.
I actually love that line there from Tim Robbins.
You're going to do what?
You're going to do what?
And his eyes get real big.
Isn't that sort of like the Russians though? Like There's just multiple MiGs running around, just causing anarchy.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That sounds like the Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. He gets behind the MiG and destroys it. The rest of the MiGs bug out and they return to the carrier, performing another flyby and buzz the tower. They land to jubilation and celebration. Iceman tells him that he's still dangerous, but he can be his wingman anytime. Somewhere below deck, he throws Goose's dog tags into the ocean, letting him go.
They were lucky that they didn't have a liquor store around there with all those MiGs running around. Russians love vodka, dude.
That's true. They do love vodka. He is told he can go anywhere he wants and decides he wants to be an instructor at Top Gun. As he sits at the diner, that Love and Feeling starts playing and Charlie appears behind him. They have a very similar conversation to the first one they ever had, and they embrace. Cut to the end credits. So, I probably should have said this earlier. Did you ever notice how sweaty everyone is in this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the flight deck and like in the cockpit, it's just there's always sweat.
Well, they're in the Indian Ocean. Yeah, it's humid as fuck.
It's humid as fuck. It's like 120 degrees over there.
Yeah.
120% humidity.
Yeah, you might as well be like in Africa. Like it's like right like the equator.
Yeah, I
be
have
so
to agree with Trey
uncomfortable.
on that.
And I mean, it's humid as fuck here.
Yeah. So a couple things that they get wrong, and they do this the whole movie. They talk about bogeys at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock and everything. In the Navy, a bogey is an unidentified aircraft. You don't know who it is, what their call sign is. You don't have any kind of IFF transponder reading on it, which they would have had because IFF's been around since, I think, World War II when they invented the fucking radar.
Mm-hmm.
Once you identify a plane as an enemy plane or a friendly plane, it no longer is a bogey. If it's an enemy, it's then transferred to the call sign bandit.
Really?
Yeah. So they got that wrong.
Thank you, Smokey.
This movie gets a lot of shit wrong. As far as
it's funny because
everything.
here's the thing. So they go to Top Gun school to learn how to dogfight.
Right.
Okay. And because, to learn, getting close, use guns, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
They never once use their guns. They always use missiles.
He says he switches to guns a few times.
But he never takes a shot.
No.
Well, I mean, half the movie they're fighting their own guys.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is even when they engage
when they had that big fight scene at the end, they use missiles every time.
Every single time.
And they shoot missiles at 50 fucking feet.
Yeah. You could do a Sidewinder, which is a...
That still has a range of like 40 miles. I actually looked that up earlier.
Oh, really?
Did it in 1986?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Sidewinder's been around for...
I'm just telling you, technology gets better. You better double check it before you misspeak.
But, okay, great. But I don't think it's going to go from 50 feet to 40 fucking miles in 30 years.
I mean, that's just you making an assumption, sir.
I'll say this. I mean, think of how far we've come in 40 years. I mean, internet.
Yeah, but we still use AMRAMs and Sidewinders. We still use some of the same armament that we used in this movie.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're upgraded now.
Well, I'm sure some of it's been upgraded, but I don't think...
I'll bet you almost all of it's upgraded to some degree or another.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to get that
top
much
secret
more
shit on there now.
I don't think you get that much more fuel efficiency or range, and
it's like
I don't know.
They were talking about like over in the Ukraine right now, some of the anti-tank stuff, rocket launchers they're using. Like when they originally were made, they were fly-by-wire. Like you'd shoot it and you had to stay there because it was dragging a wire and you had to guide it. Now you lock on the target, you shoot it, and you run away because it will go up and then drop down on top where the armor's weak, or it'll go just straight. You can choose how you want it to attack, but you fire and forget.
Yeah.
What are you looking up?
I'm trying to look at the Sidewinder missile.
Speaking of firing and forgetting, Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Hey-o.
That's next week, sir.
When do you think this episode's coming out?
Monday.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Before Father's Day.
Yeah. Well, doesn't need to tell them after the fact.
That's true. Yeah, Happy Father's Day in a week.
Okay, so the
6 days.
Sidewinder missile's been around since 1953.
I hope they've updated it since then.
I'm sure they have. It's originally produced by Raytheon, Ford Aerospace, Laurel Corp. Short range, air to air. Hold on.
Anytime now.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, so how about that?
Today, Junior!
How about that bullshit where Wolfman calls Kelly McGillis says Tom Cruise is quitting?
Is that, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
So much for Bros Before Hoes, you know?
He was trying to help.
He was trying to help. Who was Wolfman with?
The other guy that lost?
Iceman?
Okay.
No.
The AIM-9 Sidewinder missile has a range of 0.6 to 22 miles and a maximum speed of Mach 2.5.
Because Iceman was with Slider.
Yeah.
And then Wolfman, maybe with Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah, Hollywood. I think you're right.
So they probably got shot down.
Yeah.
Being little bitches, like running and telling.
Oh, man. Well, and I'll say this. And here's another thing that's, I guess, kind of unbelievable. That the whole MiG fight at the very end, though, I mean, if that really did happen in '86, that would have started World War III. That would have started a nuclear war.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if actual MiGs got shot down.
No, because when did Rocky IV come out? Hold on, I have a point here. When did Rocky IV come out?
You're asking the wrong fucking person. Sometime in my life.
87?
Sure.
So right before then?
So this happened right before Rocky goes to Russia to go fight Ivan Drago.
So you're saying they sent Ivan Drago to kill fucking Apollo Creed in retaliation for this shooting of the fucking airplanes?
Exactly, and then Rocky goes to Russia and ends the Cold War.
So that's how that happened.
Exactly.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing this is all real. This is actually a documentary. Did you know that?
Hey, get on. Go watch the
Pete Maverick.
Rocky
I actually
IV.
knew a Pete Mitchell growing up.
Go watch the Rocky IV 30 for 30. I think College Humor did it. Have you seen it?
No, but
I've
I'm
heard.
watching
I
now.
know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it. All right. Well, let's move into top 5 trivia, triple Lindy's, and our ratings and reviews. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Number 1, the F-14 pilot who flipped the bird at the MiG pilot was Scott Altman of VF-51, who eventually became a NASA astronaut, flying as a pilot on 2 missions and as a commander on 2 more missions. Pretty neat, right?
Yep. Did
So
we
that-
send him to fight the aliens?
That's who we sent.
Okay.
Well, we knew he knew what he was doing because he could flip off, Russians.
Yeah, it's fair.
Tom Cruise had to wear lifts in his shoes with Kelly McGillis. Cruise is 5'7", McGillis is 5'10". After the car chase, when Charlie tells Maverick that she didn't want anyone to find out that she was falling for him, Maverick originally had a line to say, but Tom Cruise forgot the line and ad-libbed kissing McGillis instead. Tony Scott liked it so much that he left the scene like that. It's a good ad-lib. I mean, you can just kiss your co-star. Let's see. This film is credited with starting the home movie industry. Pretty interesting, right? Get this.
Home movie industry?
The home movie industry. Listen to this.
Oh, there's a whole genre of porn committed to that.
Originally, VHS were priced at about $100 per tape upon their
shit.
release. They were sold mainly to video stores, and this film was priced to own immediately upon release, made possible by Pepsi buying ad space at the beginning of the tape.
I do remember that ad being on
They said
there.
something about like Diet Pepsi.
No,
a
this dude
commentary
goes into
thing.
like an inverted dive and pours a Pepsi into a cup while he's flying this damn
Nice.
jet. I remember that now that you mention it.
That's awesome. I don't remember that. Since then, pricing VHS tapes to own right away became a common practice. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And Kenny Loggins was not the first choice to record the song Danger Zone.
Did you see the list of people that were actually first choices for the role in this movie?
For Maverick?
Yeah.
No.
Like Matthew Modine was the first one. He turned it down because Cold War sentiment, and he, became a big puss. Because I actually like him in some other stuff, but
He's great in
neither
Stranger
did I.
Things.
And then there was like 10 other people, like very, very famous people who were up for the role in like the trivia thing.
Well, so Tom Cruise didn't want to do it originally either until Tony Scott arranged for him to take a flight in an F-14, and he did some like barrel rolls and pulled like 5 Gs, and he got down. He was like, "Yes, I'll do it right now." Like he called it. He got out of the plane, walked. Here's how 80s it is.
Walk to a payphone.
To a payphone and called Tony Scott and was like, "I'll do it. I'll do it."
It's fair. I mean, shit. I've always wanted to take a ride in one of these. Just take me up, do a couple barrel rolls
Yep.
or loops, and then
Yep.
land, and I will die a happy man.
Absolutely, 100%. Toto and REO Speedwagon were 2 of the groups considered prior to Kenny Loggins. I think it'd just be a totally different.
God, if Toto did this?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. All I'm hearing in my head right now is Toto's Africa.
I know, right?
And then them doing...
Highway to the Danger
Yeah,
Zone.
no, it just doesn't- It just doesn't work.
Highway. All right. Here's a little bonus because there's a ton of trivia and I like this one. The real Top Gun school imposes a $5 fine to any staff member that quotes the film. So they're not feeling the need for speed at the real Top Gun school.
I believe that. I do believe that.
I mean, come on. You got to use some of them.
I
you
mean,
know?
they should show some love for it because it's actually got
They should have that
thousands
love and
of-
feeling for it.
Yeah, thousands of new seamen in the Navy.
All right, so Matthew Modine turned it down. Scott Baio turned it down.
Jesus
John
Christ.
Travolta turned it down. Cusack turned it down.
John Cusack?
Michael J. Fox turned it down. Tom Hanks turned it down. Patrick Swayze turned it down.
I
Jesus.
couldn't imagine John Cusack in this
I
role.
could see Swayze doing it.
I could see
him
Swayze,
doing it.
yeah.
Swayze would have been like one of the supporting guys. Like
I could see.
He'd be like a
He
nice
might have
man
been a
kinda
little too
thing.
old.
he'd be
I
like a
might-
nice man.
I might could see Michael J. Fox doing it. This is before he had Parkinson's, so he wouldn't shake on the stick.
Fuck, dude.
No, I mean, like, did you see some of those flight scenes, like where the planes were rocking back and forth? Michael J. Fox is written all over that.
Fuck.
I mean, like, he definitely nailed the flat spin.
Damn,
That's so fucked up.
it is.
I didn't give it to him. God did it to him.
Oh, my
The
God.
triple Lindy. Triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
It's impossible.
All right. What you got for a triple Indy?
I'm going to say that they would make a woman a consultant for this.
She's a damn astrophysicist.
Yeah, and she'd be a specialist in fucking fighter jets? No, fuck that. Not in the 80s. It was the old boys club. Like, it wasn't going to happen.
He's not wrong.
Isn't he though?
I mean, it was the 80s. It was pretty old boy. I mean, this is the
that's
old
true.
Navy. This is not the new Navy.
Yeah.
All right. Tucker, triple Indy.
I talked about it earlier. I'm going to go back to all the dogfighting scenes because you're just, again, precision flying. It looks really cool, but that's not real dogfighting.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
all of the aerial combat scenes are.
aerial combat, though, like dogfighting from like World War II is just not a thing that's really ever going to happen again because the technology has
Like, I
gotten
hope
so, yeah. Well, I mean,
They shoot from too far away now.
they shoot from so far away, and I mean, you're moving so fast in those jet planes. It's you can't dogfight.
Hey, you can dogfight. Well, you can dogfight in these planes. There was a lady who I watched her. I think she did a TED talk. She was one of the first people in a. She was part of the civilian air group in D.C. during 9/11. Her name was I can't remember. Her last name was Penny, but her call sign was Lucky.
Oh, I remember you
Lucky
telling me the
Penny.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. She and her commander were the first guys up in a plane in jets, and they were single seaters. They weren't dual cockpit, but they had to get them up in the air so fast. They went up without any armament.
Yeah.
No missiles. No.
Yeah, so they're going to kamikaze that shit.
Yeah. They were going to crash their planes
Into those planes.
into the airliner.
Yeah.
But she talks about. I mean, it's a really good TED talk. If you can find it, I recommend it. But
I have actually seen it, and I don't care for her.
Jesus, dude.
Personal preference.
My triple Indy is going to go to the end fight just because I mean I get the 80s Cold War sentiment, I remember that, but had that actually happened, had planes been shot down, it would have been a huge international incident that probably would have started a nuclear war.
again,
Maybe, though. but-
Rocky goes to Russia.
Well, luckily I'm
But-
glad Rocky fixed it.
Well, just like when Viper was telling Tom Cruise about his dad, like, sometimes like things don't get relayed if someone's shot down on the wrong side of a line.
Oh shit! No, this was Rocky IV was 1985, so that's why the Russians denied it because he had already ended the Cold War.
Or, like, all this is in retaliation because Rocky went over there and beat Ivan Drago.
So that's why the MiGs fucked with
With
Merlin and Cougar at the
yeah.
beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. And
They were mad about Ivan losing.
okay. See, we're figuring this shit out.
There you go.
A,
All right.
a working theory.
Okay, and all right. Finally, let's get back to finish up with our rating and review. Trey, you want to go first?
Yeah. I'll give it 2 beers. It's entertaining enough. Not perfect.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, so I mean,
It's slightly better than average. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's entertaining. I'll watch it again.
yeah. I mean, I hadn't seen this movie. I watched this movie a ton as a kid. As I said last week, I used to want to wear the bomber jacket and the white T-shirt, just like like Maverick did. It's definitely lost a little something over the years. It's aged. I mean,
it lost that love and feeling.
that was one of the most fun things we ever did at our friend Chris's wedding. We set his new wife in the middle, and all the guys got
Oh,
around.
that's his
got on-
ex-wife now.
Well, whatever. We all got on one knee and saying, "You lost that love and feeling" to her. It was so much fun. I wanted to do it.
That was fun.
I wanted to do it at my wedding, and Ashley wouldn't let us. She's like, "We already did it at Chris's wedding." I was like, "Yeah, and it was fucking awesome. Well, let's do it." She's like, "No." So
Yeah. Probably sounded just like
Oh,
that too.
she did. And also, Haley came over today, and she was like, what did she tell me? She said something about like, at least they've stopped talking about me. Like they name drop me, blah, 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 blah. She was talking shit about us, talking shit about her.
She thinks Norman Reedus in Boondock Saints is good.
I do think he's good, but here's the thing. I've only said nice things about Haley, so
She's a sweet girl.
yeah,
Yeah, we're not.
with a mustache. I love you, Haley. I'm sorry.
But you need to give Trey his mustache wax back.
Yeah, she put that shit right up my ass.
Damn.
Oh, I know she'd love that. I hope she listens to this.
You want to go first? You want me to?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm kind of with you. I think this is it's a fun movie. I think it's more subtle than Roadhouse, and it's maleness. I mean, it's definitely gay. I get some of the gays. But
Homoeroticism.
Yeah, there's a difference between homoeroticism and like pushing macheesmo.
exactly.
Yeah,
And this was, I mean, it didn't. I don't think it took it. I think Tom Cruise did a good job of being serious, but not too serious. He had fun with it, obviously. Blah blah blah. And I like this movie. It's 2 beers for me. What you got, Tuck?
So, I loved this movie growing up, and trying to watch it with a critical eye this time, which is not saying that I'm going to hate the movie or bash the movie, but trying to watch it with a critical eye. This movie's not as good as I remember it. It's honestly kind of a dumpster fire of a lot of bullshit that they throw together that they think looks good, and it does. It's visually it's a good movie.
It's a hour and a half long recruitment tool for the Navy.
Exactly. Even knowing all these things, that this movie is, honest to God, a fucking dumpster fire, I still would watch it, but I can't give it anything better than 2.5 beers. It's average, but it's a fun average.
I mean, I enjoyed watching it again, and like you said, I hadn't seen it in 10, 15 years, and it was, I hope it's not 10 or 15 years before I watch it again. Probably won't be. Now we just need to go see the new one.
Yeah. It's average comes out to 2.167.
So slightly better than average, depending on if Chris.
I just looked this up. Like, Iron Eagle came out the same year, both in 1986. But Iron Eagle came out January 17th, and this one came out May 16th.
Oh, wow.
Iron Eagle beat them, like, releasing like
By
the
5
dumpster
months.
fire of like fighter jet movies.
Yeah, it's
This movie is, granted, they're both dumpster fire movies, and they're both guilty pleasures.
This one is definitely way better
This
than Iron
is
Eagle.
better than Iron Eagle.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, but
Iron
they beat them by
Eagle-
5 months, though.
Iron Eagle is the double dragon of fighter jet movies.
That's a bold statement.
That is rough.
I don't think anybody's going to need to be tagged on Twitter for this one.
We're not going to need sponsorships anytime soon, anyway.
No.
So
Hey, that's a plus
Not from Tony Scott.
That's a plus for Top Gun.
So-
I said Iron Eagle is the double dragon.
so is Chris choosing next week?
He's not here,
Well,
so
I know that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, if you can line up the interview with the guys, we can do that. If not, I would like to nominate Midnight Meat Train.
What the fuck is Midnight Meat Train?
Are you going to be here next week?
I don't know.
You better come back.
It depends on when we record. If it's Sunday, I could probably be here. If it's Saturday, probably not. But that's also depending. I'm traveling, so it'll depend on if I can have time to see whatever. What's Midnight Meat Train?
It's a Bradley Cooper movie. Vinnie Jones is in it.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
It's a dumpster fire movie. I've seen it twice.
Came
Should
out-
we do something like?
No, it
came
was
out
so
in 2008.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like I had to watch it again. I'm like, it can't be this bad, and it was still.
Shouldn't
that
we do
bad.
something like 3 Men and a Baby, like some like father type movie, Parenthood or something?
No, Midnight Meat Train, which is how the babies got here. I have a theme.
He's not wrong.
He's not.
We'll get with Chris and see if that's cool with him. I guess. I don't think he'll have an issue with that. Okay, well, if you want to find us on the web, you can do so at theguysreview.simplecast.com. You can email me anything, and I will read it poorly. At theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, Instagram at theguysreviewpod, Twitter at _guysreview, Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. Y'all got anything else you want to add?
Don't smoke crack.
That's smart. It's good advice. Trey, you got anything?
Nah.
Good. All right. Well, on behalf of Trey and Tucker, this is Steven, and this has been an episode of The Guys Review. See y'all next week.